Hey, folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Thursday, March 20th. And to all those who celebrate a very happy first day of March Madness, I'm picking the Duke Blue Devils to win it all because I think Cooper Flagg's the best player in the country. It's not usually the way it goes, but we'll see how it goes. Excitement for the Pittsburgh area starts tomorrow when Robert Morris plays Alabama up in Cleveland. Fired up for March Madness as always. We are a football podcast, though. And yesterday, the NFL announced the rule changes proposals that will be voted on at the NFL annual meeting later this month in Palm Beach, Florida. And I have some thoughts about one of them. And that is a proposal by the Detroit Lions to allow wildcard teams to be seated ahead of division winners. And I just can't allow this one to pass. And I understand why the Lions did it, right? I mean, if you go look at the 2024 NFL standings, the Lions sure feel like, they've got something to talk about there in that NFC North. There were three teams in the NFC North that were all better than the 10-7 South winning Buccaneers and the 10-7 West winning Rams. So the Lions, Vikings, and Packers were all better than every team in the South and every team in the West. And in fact, the top five teams in the NFC were the Lions, the Vikings, the Eagles, the Commanders, and the Packers, all in two divisions. And then the last two playoff teams by record were the Bucs and the Rams, but the Bucs and the Rams both get home games, and you see how that plays out in the playoffs, right? Having to go on the road is definitely a significant disadvantage. And of course, the Vikings lose to the Rams. The Lions got their home game. They got their bye. They were the 1 seed, but the Packers also on the road lose to the Eagles. So, yeah, I mean, there's some merit to the idea there, but it can't work. And here's why it can't work. Because the teams don't play the same schedules. The record is an approximation of how good you are as a team. It is not a finite measure because not everybody plays everybody. And so when you have different schedules, you have to compare like to like. When you look at an NFL schedule right now, every team plays the rest of their division 6 games, okay? So outside of not being able to play themselves, everybody in the division plays everybody else in the division, okay? They also play one entire division from the same conference, okay? So that means that 10 of the games will be largely the same. 10 of them will be largely the same from every team in the division, outside of the only differences the different teams in the division. And then you have a game against another team from the you play an entire NFC division. That'll be the same, okay? So 14, all the same. 3 games are all different. When you talk about a first-place schedule versus a fourth-place schedule, it's only 3 games. So you have the 2 other divisions in your conference and the 1 crossover game that's the 17th game. So the Steelers and the Browns and the Ravens and the Bengals all have identical opponents outside of 3 games. It's fair to compare their results, or maybe it's more fair to compare their results to one another than it is to compare the Steelers to the Jets. If you look at the end of season strength of schedule, you will see that the divisions are clustered, right? The AFC East had very easy schedules this year. Miami Dolphins had the easiest schedule in the league. Buffalo Bills were 27th. Patriots were 26th. Jets were 20th. All 4 teams had strength of schedule below 20. Okay? So, they're going to be clustered that way. I think the NFC West was the opposite. San Francisco, number 1. Arizona, number 5. The Rams, number 13. Seattle, 18. But they're going to be more alike. Okay. And so you have to base something on that division. That division win has to mean more. Now, I do think there could be an argument for it. As we have seen over the years, some playoff teams, a team wins an especially bad division with a losing record. I'm on board with letting a division winner lose its right to a home game if it doesn't qualify with at least a winning record. You have to get to 9-8. I'm okay with that. I feel like that's a fair standard to punish the exceptionally bad, the rare cases of really bad teams that win their division. But sometimes divisions are just ultra competitive. Sometimes that division played a really tough schedule and all the teams are about the same. And you have 4 really good teams that are all 9-8. We've seen that happen in the AFC North before, where you have 4 really good teams. You have multiple Super Bowl contenders, but they all beat each other and they all just end up with 9 or 10 wins. Then maybe you have a division that has 2 terrible teams, and then they played 2 easy divisions outside of their division, and those teams rack up 10, 11, 12 wins. That doesn't mean they're better. It's not fair. It's not even. This is fair for the most part. It's as fair as it's going to be. Eliminating the automatic home game for division winners would make the playoffs less fair than they are right now. You went in, win your division. Also, teams build their rosters for the express purpose of competing within the division. They know they're going to play those teams year in and year out. They build their schemes, they hire coaches, they sign players with the intention of being better than the teams they know are going to be on the schedule year in and year out. So why not reward teams for doing the thing that every team is trying to do and win their division? It's silly. I can't believe this one will pass. I think it's the one that should immediately be thrown out. I can listen to arguments for all of the other rule changes, from the Steelers changes to the free agency procedure. I love the playoff overtime. I'm all on board with that. I think you could talk me into some version of the not allowing, an automatic first down for illegal contact and defensive holding. You may have to tweak it a little bit to work some edge cases like 4th and goal, for example. But the tush push, I can kind of take it or leave it. It feels like sour grapes right now, but we should acknowledge that's a play that went a long time being legal in the NFL, and it's not crazy to want to go back there. And I really don't care about what happens with kicking balls. But, I think this one, no how, no way, cannot happen, except for the one sort of carve-out that I offered there that I would offer as a bit of a compromise. Let me know what you guys think about this rule change and all the rest of the proposed rule changes. And, of course, I will be at the owners' meetings in Palm Beach at the end of this month because Steelers Now goes everywhere, and we need your support. So sign up for SN Plus, and you get an ad-free reading experience at Steelers Now. And then subscribe, hit that bell for notifications here on the YouTube platform, which is free. And that way you don't miss an episode of Steelers Morning Rush, Steelers Afternoon Drive, all the me and Smitty you could possibly want right here on this YouTube channel for free. So do that as well. Until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and enjoy.